Thank you all.
Thank you, Jose. Good night. You have to come back closer to the election. Actually, we have some really big people lined up, so we really appreciate you coming. You are actually a big person. I think. I think that you have a very good chance. I wish you the best of luck. I will support you in any way and retweet anything for you. So we really appreciate you coming.
Thank you. Thank you. It's very nice. And thank all of you for having me on and letting me come on your show and talk with you all.
Yeah,
All right, Playa.
absolutely.
Bye.
Yes.
Okay, guys. So, guys, go support Jose. It's a very important race. That brings us to our first topic of the night. Skeptic, you're going to love this topic. I did it for you, girl. Alligator Alcatraz. So, at first I was like, no, they're going to be in nice conditions. It's so nice. It's lies that they're not doing good. Or it is not good there. And I'm going to let Skeptic be the first to answer. But I have this clip. This is the conditions from what I'm hearing, what it's like. And you know me, I'm not a sympathizer for people here illegally or undocumented or what have you, but I do think people should be living in good conditions. Hold on. 1 second, guys.
Great. That's when you play the Jeopardy music, bro.
I know, for real, I'm having an issue.
Man.
Dude, Nora, you frozen? Oh, she's frozen.
Damn, frozen too. Good Lord.
No, I think the internet's been having problems today because it's been crazy all day today. TikTok too.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've had to back out and come back in a couple times. I think it really is the internet. They're trying to get us, guys. Is everybody prepared? It's the end.
Nora, you froze.
I know. I'm sorry.
Bring it on.
What the hell was going on? It's storming here. My bad, guys. Skeptic, I'll let you talk about Alligator Alcatraz while I pull up the clip.
I'll say this. Kristi Noem came out not so long ago, probably I want to say a few days ago, if not last week, saying that Alligator Alcatraz is the example for all other states to open that type of holding facility for immigrants, and also to make it near airports so that they can transport them faster, which is honestly a despicable thing to say from her.
Yeah. So this is the clip, guys. The things I've heard about it, I personally have known people that know people that are there, and I hear it's horrendous from the people I personally know being on how it's in Florida. Let me hit play.
That's the voice of Pedro Hernandez. He's on the phone with his wife, calling from so-called Alligator Alcatraz. He said he was talking to anybody that was listening. Whoever can help us with what's going on here, we've all been hungry since Tuesday, Pedro says. He arrived from Cuba in the United States in 2006. He was arrested 4 years later and got a deportation order. In July, during a routine visit to ICE in Miramar, the feds scooped him up. It was the last time his wife saw him. My husband was in prison. We make mistakes, but we learn from them and fix things, Damaris Hernandez says. Thursday, she shared Pedro's plea for help from what he describes as deplorable conditions. It's also day 9 with no food. He's on a hunger strike with other detainees. I'm not going to eat another plate of food until they show us respect, Pedro said. Meanwhile,
Florida has struck an unholy bargain with the Trump administration.
Democrats in Coconut Grove held an emergency town hall denouncing the conditions at the detention center.
And so when people are forced into these tent cities with substandard conditions, we're going to see people irreparably harmed, not only for due process, but people are not getting their medication. They're not getting food. They're not getting hygiene. They're not being able to use the showers.
So to be clear, from what I'm hearing, the facility is there, but it's not done and it's not ready. They're in tents. There's 32 men to the rooms that you saw. There's 32 men's in it. the food, what they showed is not what it looks like. The food has maggots in it. And I heard this from someone I know personally. So this is not propaganda. It's not, it's not rhetoric. It's really what we heard. Gray, today we were on that. We went to the Don't Piss Me Off morning show, and you saw the propaganda video. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like they're probably trying to get ahead of this and try to make it seem like it's better than it is. Like, there's a role in Florida where they've been working on it for I think 20 years. And Nora, I think in Orlando, it's a building they've been working on. So there's memes in Florida where it takes construction an extremely long time to be built. So I'm not surprised. I feel like we was talking about this only a few months ago, and this place is supposedly built already for people to live there, when prisons normally take a while for construction. So I'm not surprised. And yeah, I did see the propaganda video, but you need to be able to confirm with real reporters what's going on at these places.
Enzo, what have you heard about it, and what's the defense for it if you have any?
Only defense is this. I could care less what's going on down in Alligator Alcatraz when you have federal prisons and state jails that are a lot worse than Alligator Alcatraz ever will be. But nobody gives a shit about them. And those are American citizens. Why are we not bitching and complaining about that? Why is it just because illegal migrants are being treated badly for a month or two? Why is that such an issue when we have jails, prisons, where American citizens, some of them wrongfully accused that are there, being treated terribly?
Mm.
And this is from somebody that I know too, Chris Quaglin, who was arrested on January 6th, told me everything. And I have the paperwork to back it up, and the lawsuits that he is suing the Department of Prisons for, talking about those conditions. I don't care about this at all. I really don't. Maybe this should be a wake-up call to all these people who want to come to America, and maybe say, maybe we shouldn't be coming to America illegally. Maybe we should come the correct way so we don't get put in those type of situations. And again, I don't care when the Biden administration did it worse, the Obama administration did it worse, the Bush administration did it worse, the Clinton administration did it worse.
Later.
But there was no fucking uproar. I don't care. The only reason there's uproar is because it's Trump. When a Democrat's in office, no one gives a shit. That's all I'm going to keep saying.
Well, 1 million people allegedly have self-deported. That's what they're reporting. Kamal, what's your thoughts on the 1 million that left? Do you think that putting them in horrible conditions are going to be a deterrent or a a tool to get people to self-deport at this point?
Well, first of all, I got my sound effects going. Enzo, bro, god damn, you was cooking, bro. You was whipping it up, god damn, for real. I mean, Enzo,
Well, I got to when it comes down to this.
Yeah, bro, why
I'd rather stand up for American citizens than anybody else first.
Man, facts, bro. We really do got jails and prisons that's in worse conditions than and they called it Alcatraz. Y'all remember Alcatraz? That shit was weren't they holding prisoners of fucking war and all types of shit in Alcatraz? They was holding some of the worst criminals there.
Take it from me. I spent a week in lockup. I know how shitty it is.
I'm telling you, bro. Man,
about 40 men to one cell. That was me for a week.
God damn. And see, that's the thing though. Like what Enzo is saying, why are we worrying about illegal immigrants when we got American citizens? You feel me? Especially, from my lineage. You feel me? Come on, bro. And at the same time, I look at it like this. Go build your own fucking homeland up at this point. At this point, it's all right, y'all say America's shitty. Now they putting you in shitty situations. It's at this point, just go back to your homeland and build that motherfucker up, man. Show us up. You feel me? Be the greatest that you could be in your goddamn homeland. Build it up so you don't have to face Alligator Alcatraz and fight fucking alligators and all types of shit there. And I'm convinced, Heaven, you deported your ex-husband. I'm convinced. You got him deported. Ain't no way you disclosing that. You like, I got the details too. All right, Heaven. Shout out to you in the chat. Like, you deported your ass. God damn.
Before Mia gives her critique, her comments, I have another clip I'd like to play to Heaven's point that some of the people being caught up are residents, and gotta give all sides. So here we go.
Alligator Alcatraz, and tonight, for the first time, we are hearing from detainees actually inside the immigration detention facility, deep in the Florida Everglades. Good evening, I'm Jim Barry. A popular Cuban reggaeton artist is among several people describing the conditions there as inhumane. CBC's Miami's Anna McAllister joins us live from the jail in West Miami-Dade, where the artist was first held before being transferred. So Anna, what is being said tonight?
Jim, this musician and the other detainees tell us that they're being treated like animals. They say they haven't bathed in days, and one man says the food that they were served was infested with maggots.
You're charged with aggravated assault with deadly weapon and battery.
Last week, Cuban reggaeton artist Liamzi Izquierdo, known as La Figura, faced a judge following an aggravated assault that happened in Miami-Dade. According to La Figura's girlfriend, she received a call from him this morning from Alligator Alcatraz.
I am Leamsi La Figura. We've been here at Alcatraz since Friday. There's over 400 people here. There's no water to take a bath. It's been 4 days since I've taken a bath.
La Figura goes on to talk about what he says are the horrific living conditions inside the facility.
They only brought a meal once a day and it had maggots. They never take off the lights for 24 hours. The mosquitoes are as big as elephants.
During the call, La Figura passes the phone to other detainees who describe their experience.
They're not respecting our human rights. We're human beings. We're not dogs. We're like rats in an experiment. I don't know their motive for doing this. If it's a form of torture, a lot of us have our residency documents and we don't understand why we're here.
Another man who says he's Colombian explains that he needs medication and that he hasn't had access to it in days.
I'm on the edge of losing my mind. I've gone 3 days without taking my medicine. It's impossible to sleep with this white light that's on all day.
The man goes on to say what little faith he's been holding on to has diminished since being detained at Alligator Alcatraz.
Damn. Where are they sleeping? Those beds don't look that bad. Mia, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm good. I gotta leave the camera off because my cat won't leave my phone with the damn stand alone. She literally won't stop playing with it.
I saw, she's cute.
I don't agree with human rights violations. Just like I don't agree with human rights violations in Gaza, I don't agree with them here. I don't think we should be treating inmates, regardless if they're American or not, to the point where it's a human rights violation at all whatsoever. However, I do think that maybe they're allowing these bad conditions to be a deterrent for people to come in the future or to not come in the future. You had that one sheriff that threw all his inmates outside in tents and basically did the chain gang and to deter people from going to jail. So, jail itself is supposed to be a deterrent from committing crime because who wants to be in jail? It's not supposed to be comfortable. It's not supposed to be pretty. However, people should have basic human rights. So hopefully they can get it together. I would not be surprised if there was maggots in the food and there was crazy stuff going on. There probably is mosquitoes the size of bats out there. I don't know. I've never camped in the Everglades. I just think they need to get it together. However, people shouldn't be here legally either. So get the fuck out and you won't have to deal with it.
Usually I don't do this, but Skeptic, is there anything you want to add before we move on?
Yeah, so I do want to say that we do have reports. Not only do we have these videos, but we have reports from congressmen and congresswomen that went into the facility, because we know that congressional members can go in and basically, review these facilities to see the standards that they're upholding. So I want to, number one, say that to say that prison inmates are being held to the same standard is factually incorrect. It's a blatant lie, to be honest with you, because the comparison between the foods that they were being fed, not only with what the congresswoman and congressman reported, but also with people that have come out of these facilities have said they're being fed, does not abide by the standard that we hold prison inmates to. So the people that are working there, the ICE employees, they have said that they get fed according to the prison standard, but the inmates are not held to that same standard. I also want to say we have seen children that are U.S. citizens be deported, some that had cancer. We had a young boy with leukemia who the ICE agents later on came out and said they were horrified at the memories of hearing him cry out in pain every night. He was, I want to say, 7 years old, from El Salvador. And these type of things that they're doing isn't just going to deter per se, but it is literally going to show immigrants that come to this country that hold 46% of the creation of S&P 500 companies here in the US to not come here. The students that are the researchers in STEM and science to go to Canada or go to another country. People that want a vacation to not come to Florida, to not come to the US because they do not want you here because we're full of bigots. So, not just are they violating human rights, they're deporting people that are not illegal. They're deporting naturalized citizens. They had a 70-year-old grandfather who came in because he lost his green card and couldn't find it, who was deported. So they're not following the law. They're not going through due process, and they're making people go through these horrific, foods, and people are getting sick. There's a book written by a woman called Hear Our Voices that literally tracks the amount of children that have died in these facilities because of the standards that they have. They hold things so cold, or sometimes like in the Everglades, it is so hot. There's so much humidity. They set this place up in 8 days. They had 8 days to set this place up. They do not have running pipes. They do not have running water. They have to bring in everything that they feed to the inmates. And the conditions of this place, the congresswoman that went in there had a temperature gauge, and she took in the entrance where the air conditioning was hitting her directly, it was 81 degrees. So just think about these men that are sitting in these cages close to each other in the Everglades with mosquitoes, and to think that they would have maggots in their food is probably the beginning to say how disgusting it is. Also, they have to drink water in the same place that they're using the restroom. So this is America. This is what whitey America has done. They've done worse things than this in their history. So I'm not surprised that America is doing this, but to say that this is a good thing that America is doing to immigrants is honestly despicable. But anyways.
All right, Skeptic, you cooked, you said what you had to say. I appreciate that. We're gonna move on to the next topic of the night, and it's regarding Chank from TYT versus 20